I was wondering, why do Drake fans never get mad at Drake? What up, words boy? Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, I'm like sitting here on my phone, getting chewed out by these crazy, insane, obnoxious Drake fans. I can't do this no more. And what I'm thinking is they're so mad. They get so worked up. Now they're coming at Tyler. Tyler just dropped his album. Salute to Tyler. And they are all over the internet because he has the clips in his new song. He has LeBron James. They're two biggest, worst enemies of that whole beehive. So now they got a diss and shit all over the video, shit all over the song. Now you can't go in anybody that says anything good about this song, anybody that's posting it, promoting it in any kind of way, these guys are going in, calling it this, that, and the third, just because these guys are in there and they've decided anybody that sides with them is against him. And if you're against him, they're against you. And now what I'm seeing is that hive mentality has never, ever once held this guy accountable for the things he's done, right? If you look back at everybody that they got a problem with, he's actually had a problem with them first, for whatever reason. And this guy has done so many things. If I was a fan, I actually would be mad. I would be considering, gang, like, it's like being an R. Kelly fan. You would be like, yo, at some point, Challz, I'm like, you kind of like did some shit to deserve this shit. Let's just be honest. So at some point, I'm like, do they ever get mad at this dude? Like, do they have any insight on why they blindly, everything he says and does, no matter what it is, they take it and run with it. It could change tomorrow and they'll run with it. You're not mad that this guy has a lawsuit over a hip-hop battle? You're not mad at that? That doesn't make you think like, wow, hip-hop is not about, you could say anything to each other and we keep making records until one of us quit. We don't go to the courtroom for this, right? But they're, don't care, don't matter. I would be mad personally if my favorite rapper got beat in a battle and didn't do nothing about it. I would be mad that he went to court. I'd be like, where's your record? Come back and get this guy. Stop folding up. Like, why did you fold? I would be, gang, you could have wrote another record by now. It's been a year. You could have wrote, since the Hard Part 6, you could have gave us something else. What we talking about? I would be mad. I would be like, gang, my faith is Wayne. I'll be like, damn, bro, and Eminem, dear Eminem, like, listen, I would be staying writing them letters. Yo, listen, why did you quit on the battle? I would be writing all kind of shit because it boggles my mind as a rap fan. And I get it, most of them aren't rap fans. They're his fans. They're Drake fans. They don't live by this code. They don't live by these rules. So when he said it was too much to call me that word, then they ran with it. Yeah, it is too much. You should never call him that. So that's what it is. I'm like, gang, you gotta understand, like, some of this stuff is coming from people who are not in the culture. That's why they're literally online on Twitter. They're folding up and trying to diss the culture itself now. It's like, what is the culture? Why do you guys call it the culture? Now it's like they gotta attack everything. They got to attack hip-hop. They got to attack the culture. They're attacking me and you and everybody else that don't agree with this guy. And I'm like, why? Where are your what morals do you stand on? If you don't have any morals, what are you talking about? Like, is it only whatever he does today and tomorrow? It's really, it's like some MAGA shit, gang. I'm just going to be honest. There's no, the hive mentality is crazy. They just follow it wherever it goes. Like, you're not going to think about, yo, this guy really was actively coming at guys' girlfriends and fiancés in the inbox and sleeping with some of them and using them as pawns in the game. Like, that doesn't bother you. They don't care about none of that, gang. It's like, I guess they deserve it, whatever. And it's just like, bro, this is really your man? This is really your man. You see that most of the guys that was in the sweatshop got held back until they left the sweatshop, and then they freaking, Weeknd is one of the biggest artists in the world, but he had to actively leave. They wouldn't push him. They wouldn't do nothing for him because they wanted him to stay there and keep writing. But that don't bother you? That don't bother you that he actively tried to sabotage this man and keep him under his wing, even though he knew the guy was better than him, right? Let's just be honest. Some of his biggest hits were written by this guy and Party Next Door. Party Next Door just accepts it. He accepts the little bit of crumbs he gets from them, stays in that hole, stays in that sweatshop, and waits for them to tell him he can come out. Wouldn't you be? I would be offended if somebody did that. If I don't care who it is, Kendrick, anybody. If they did that to somebody, the stuff that he does to these guys, the Quentin Millers of the world. Right, Quentin Miller ended up getting beat up for all his hard work. Right, he get blackballed in the industry. I would be offended if the stories of this stuff was true about artists that I revered. I would have a problem with it. I would have questions. They don't question any of it. He's always right. He's always doing the right thing. Right, it goes all the way back to this guy used the hard R on the N-word. It's like, gang, you're not a person should be saying the N-word if you grew up saying the N-word, then that's what it is. That's what you do. That's a part of your culture. But you used to say, I don't like these guys when they say the slang and then use the N-words, this and that, and you're using the hard R, and now you've learned after you became a rapper, you've learned, you were an actor first, after you became a rapper, you learned to use the N-A, and now it's okay, right? I would have an issue with that. I'm some fan. I'm like, gang, you learned this shit as an adult. You learned this shit as a full-grown adult, how to say the N-word. That is not okay to me. That is not okay to me. But they don't care. They listen to it. They roll with it, da-da-da. I would have problems with it. I would have questions like, bro, I don't understand this. But to follow it in the first place would mean something is off in the first place to feed into this. And a lot of us, I'm going to be honest, we overlooked a lot of things. We got a lot of stuff pushed on us because of a lot of really cool cosigns. Let's just be honest. Jay-Z had a song with this guy almost every other album. They were working together a lot of times. So there were a lot of cosigns with this guy, right? He's on a record with literally Eminem and Lil Wayne and Kanye. There's a lot of cosigns in between here. Future, Young Thug, there are a lot of cosigns. So we got to blame ourselves because a lot of us took those cosigns and were like, okay, let's just see how it goes and make a really dope record. But I would be like, gang, that record sound like a guy that already came out. There are records already out that remember Drum, right? Remember Hotline Bling was already Drum's record, literally Drum's real whole record, right? And somehow, some way, this guy got on it, then took Drum off, put himself on it, and made the biggest record of his career. Right? What's that thing called? I don't know, cha-cha something, I don't know. But if I'm a fan, I'm like, I have questions. I have questions. You literally stole that man's record. They got a 20-minute video of all of the records that were either stolen or replayed or reused. The lyrical breakdowns of how all of these things were just taken. He even got sued. Rapping Forte sued him for rapping his bars. The whole bars, like the whole song, like most of the song, he got sued for that, for using a great portion of the song. Let's say that, okay? I would be like, why would you do that? Why would you first of all, you could have credited them, you could have paid them, da-da-da. They just took it and said it. So I'm like, gang, they never think about none of it. It's never, ever a problem. Any of it is not, it's like, yo, I have issues, I have questions. You don't have a question about the Millie Bobby Brown situation where, yo, this girl is this age and she's texting you and you're responding? Okay, once or twice is okay, But you're in full-on conversations about boys and dating and this and that and third. No. But they don't have no question. It means, oh, it's whatever, like da-da-da. He's really cool. He's really a good guy. No. You don't have no questions about the girls on the boat drinking wine coolers, talking about this guy's really cool, like, but they were underage. They have no questions. Nothing gets through, gang. They get more mad at me than him. They get mad at me for talking about dude online on Twitter right now. Go 1 week without talking about Drake. I dare you, gang. What are you, 2 years old? I'm gonna talk about anybody I want to. I can talk about this motherfucker every fucking day. It doesn't matter what you think, but they're like, oh, dare. Another dude came and co-signed. Are you gonna take him up on his offer to not speak about Drake, gang? This, first of all. This I do commentary. So my commentary is my opinion. And when I have something that triggers me or makes me want to speak on it, and lately for some reason this guy been triggering, and yes, I'm going to eat off this motherfucker. They want to make, oh, you've been popping, your channel only popped up since the battle. Okay, a lot of motherfuckers popped up off the battle. This motherfucker been eating off this culture for 15 years. So you goddamn right, I'm gonna drain his ass every fucking day if I have to, but I don't want to talk about this motherfucker every day. But they don't care about that. They're more mad at me for talking about the shit he do than the shit he actually do, right? They'll come and hit thumbs down on my shit because I'm talking about shit that really you should be questioning him, but they won't question him. They'll just say, yo, stop talking about it. Why you keep talking about it? You got his name in your mouth. Instead of just answering, okay, there's a real problem? You already know, it's already been proven that the company he's suing now for the bots have done bots. They didn't just start with not like us. They don't have no questions beyond that. They're just like, he's bot not like us. He's bot loot. Everything is bots. You don't have a question for them for the other stuff that got botted. You don't have a question for him when Spotify got sued that they were overusing him on all these playlists. They had to actually pay out consumers because they were rigging the game by putting them on too many playlists. He put them on so many playlists, which is literally rigging the game. That's rigging the game. You don't do that for everybody. You do it for a very, very limited few, and he was one of the few. and you were putting him on playlists he didn't belong on, right? The Scooby-Doo playlist, the damn Kids Bop playlist. He's the fourth song on there. So they were like, gang, you have a this is a real problem, and they awarded people money because they were overusing his music on playlists to rig his sales. It's just a fact. But you don't have an issue. They would never say, well, damn, Drake, but bro, like, you kind of had to co-sign that. You had to kind of sign off on that. No, it's always everybody else's fault. Everybody should stop talking about it. This guy's the greatest. He did 700,000 copies of that. So it's like, it's always about what he's winning at. It's never real questions about, okay, this guy did this, that, and the third. It's kind of some questionable shit. Right? You never think about, yo, this guy jumped in a rap battle when he was supposed to be in a contract negotiation and then try to blame them for sabotaging the contract negotiation. You jumped in a battle yourself. I would be like, bro, like, you really got a lawsuit about your brand being hurt when you risk your own brand by jumping in the battle. Like, make it make sense. But no, they'll blame UMG. They'll blame me and you and the third for talking about it. But at the end of the day, they won't say, yo, bro, Aubrey, like, why did you get in a battle in the first place when you had a $500 million deal on the table from Sony versus a $400 million deal on the table versus UMG? Why would you, what's going on? Why would you do that? They don't question anything. I'm like, why don't you ever question this guy, his actions of things that he's done? Right? No, it can't be that. It has to be whatever, da-da-da. It's always a problem, right? Why don't you question him why he's in communications with one of the most slanderous freaking fan pages online? When he's on pure communication, they already shown it that he's on, him and DJ Akademiks TV are in cahoots. They've been in cahoots for over a year. Before the battle started, they were already back and forth. They were already going at each other. They were already in each other's inbox talking this and that third. He literally stopped them from coming at SZA when he was working with SZA. When he was working on Rich Baby Daddy, this, that, and the third. Him and SZA couldn't get the work done in the studio because Akademiks TV was slandering SZA so bad. She was in tears for 2 days. And Drake had to call Ak, like, listen, Ak, I need you to call your boy off. Right? The grand was a chat, nigga. He doing too much. I'm trying to get these records done. She can't even concentrate because this dude keeps attacking her. So why are you in contact with them about a fan page? Why are you talking back and forth to a fan page? Right? And the guy backed off because they are in cahoots. So what I'm saying is, why won't you ask him, you know, why are you talking to this fan page that does nothing but slander and lies so bad that sometimes Akademiks have to tell him to delete shit? It wasn't just the SZA shit. Akademiks had to come out and say, yo, I talked to somebody at Spotify and those Kendrick sales are real. Those numbers are real. So he made Akademiks TV delete that. Why did you say, Drake, why are you in contact with a page that clearly is salacious? It makes these awful captions. I 100% believe that Akademiks TV is the reason the battle got so ugly and it's so divisive, is because that page would not let this stuff just be an even thing. That page consistently picked and nagged and just completely compromised the whole thing by always being very, very negative. So I believe me and a lot of other people saw that page, a lot of the shit they were saying about K. Dot and the whole battle and the whole situation. And this is why we got so lean in one side to this, because we got tired of that bullshit that they were doing over there. Very, very disrespectful, slanderous. And we're in the middle. When we first started, if you go back to most of our videos, me and a lot of other people back then were trying to be very, very unbiased. We were trying to be fair. I got videos where I was like, yo, I think, like just trying to be, keep it mad simple and cool, da-da-da. Then you go online and you see these most slanderous, most crazy titles and captions, and it just be like no remorse. It's just like, it'll just drop it, bang, and just write it. It's like, yo, who wrote this shit? I used to get so irritated because I'm like, I get it that, you know, you're a little bit biased, but this ain't even biased no more. You're not even playing this game fair. You're at this point, you're being completely disrespectful to the person you're talking about. You're talking about Kendrick. You're not even trying to, this ain't even news right here. Like, this is just 100%, like, it's just disgraceful, obnoxious bullshit. So then it turned a lot of us off. And the people you see today, like me and Jalopy and these people, we're mad aggressive and angry about, like just, we're not in the middle no more. We're all on, we've taken a full side. It's because of that page and a lot of pages like that. Their fans don't care. A lot of those fan pages, they are reckless. They don't care. They'll block you if you comment. Like, it's crazy. And so it's like, this is where we are. But they don't ask them, like, why do you entertain this? Why are you clicking like on these captions? Why are you making it like this stuff is okay? And why are you feeding into it with the memes you write? With the memes you drop, you're feeding into this narrative that one person is bad, one person is good. At some point, just let the people decide. No, you're leaning it this way and that one in the third, which is you never see K Dot online doing anything and none of that shit. He's not memeing and this and that third, but this guy's always memeing. They never say, why do you do that? Why are you doing memes when it's time to rap? Why are you doing this? They never ask themselves none of this shit. They never ask, they say, why you been taking subliminal swipes at all these different guys for years? Like everybody gets a subliminal swipe. Like, why can't you just rap? They never say that. But it's always, it's a subliminal. You know it's coming. Every album, this Iceman coming, it's gonna be mass subliminals. Even though the time for subliminals is gone. You shouldn't be nobody should get subliminals right now. But we're gonna see it. It's gonna be subliminal this, subliminal that, and the third, right? It's gonna be a lot of nonsense. So we're still gonna see the gimmicks and the nonsense and who's he talking about? I think he's talking about Tyler right here. Like that, it's going to be it's all over again. You're never going to hear him say, well, why you keep doing that? Why don't you just spit your shit? Why don't you just make a good record? They never do that. They like, yeah, get him, da da da. So they encourage this shit, and it's like, why are you never ever holding this guy accountable for anything? Why are you never holding this guy accountable for anything? Like, we see a lot of this nonsense. It just permeates the business, and we never ever get a remedy for it. Right? We see you click up with guys and da-da-da, and it's like you've never explained why you have a problem with this guy. That all of a sudden you just don't like Metro. We don't know why. You just don't like him. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you just don't you don't like this guy. Don't got like this. I'm talking before that like that record came. Them guys had beef before that record came out. Before like that. They've had beef for years. These guys have all these little petty things. Why? What's the problem? Well, it's this girl, that girl, da-da-da. Right? Remember when Pusha T dissed him and it was all, this is about pillow talk. This is Kanye, da-da-da. Like, it's like, why is Kanye mad at you? Why is Pusha T mad at you? Why do these guys have a problem with you? They never ask that. They don't care. Like, no, it's just, I don't care. It's like my guy, whatever. And it's like, bro, if your guy, if this 20 people, the 20v1 you keep bringing up, if it's 20 people that want to get you, at some point you did something to 20 people. At some point you're the problem. Every single one of them has had a story, this, that, and the third. Future says, oh, I was working with him. He didn't show up to the video. I show up to his. He don't come to mine. I want some little fucking exchanges and back and forth. You just ghost me. So Future has a problem. Metro has a problem. When I was doing this album. He tried to force his verse on there. I didn't need the verse. The song was already complete. So then you started coming at him, this, that, and the third behind the scenes, doing the petty bullshit. His fans never want to know, like, what did he do? Why was he mad? He don't owe you to be on this album. The album was done. He already had the song going. He didn't need you. But you took it, again, you try to use your power against him, and a lot of people are like, yo, this guy is like, he's power hungry, and this, that, and the third. He uses people against each other, and his fans never, ever question why. They never say, yo, what's going on? They never, it's like, whatever he did today is great tomorrow, it's whatever. We don't care. Stream it, right? And so my whole thing is, this blind faith and this blind loyalty is dividing, and I'm not even gonna say hip hop. It's just dividing online because hip hop don't even exist on Twitter at this point. It's like it's not even hip hop no more. It's just a bunch of motherfucking noise, a bunch of people with a bunch of opinions that don't really know about the culture. So we need to stop telling them anything about this culture. Just argue with whatever point you're trying to make, because putting the culture into these guys' heads, this goes nowhere. It goes in circles. They're already arguing about there is no culture, there is no there. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's weird. So we can't speak to them about culture, and we can't say that Twitter is hip hop anymore. It's just a space where people's opinions get to be dissected, and you get to come at each other as much as you want and just talk shit to each other. It ain't for hip hop. We've already established that. So what it is now is we're in a place where we're everybody's in a quote unquote echo chamber, and people are taking sides and this, that, and the third, and they really only have one champion over there. What's the Dirt has decided to take upon himself to be the champion on that side or whatever. So all day long he's talking this, that, and the third, and they going there in droves, and he's having a grand old time because for one, he was kicked off of YouTube. Nobody was rocking with him. Then out of nowhere, he's back on YouTube, and it's all about Drake, right? So he's decided there's a void there. There really is a void. There ain't really many YouTubers that are pro Drake, so he could suck up all that love, like, you know what I'm saying, just like a big ass blob, just all the love and the energy come to him that he gets from that, and he gets the champ. Yeah, Dirt, like 80%, 90% of what they're saying out there is trash. You're the only one kicking the real, right? So that's where it's at now. So what I'm saying is these guys are so engulfed and encased in what is going on with this guy. They never question it. Right? I'm just going to be honest. I wouldn't be a fan of a rapper with this much dirt on him, with the ghostwriting allegations. It's been exposed, this, that, and the third. And we got past the ghostwriting, we got past all the stolen beats, we got past a lot of shit where, yo, you have a whole team of writers in there. How much are you really writing? Then we get reference tracks, and they don't care about any of it. You're getting reference tracks for songs. Akademiks really said, yo, what was it, the Rico or whatever it was, he said, yo, and some of the timestamp joints, he was like, yo, I don't care about ghostwriters, but if these certain tracks, the timestamp tracks come out to be that he got those written, that would be devastating, right? They don't care. All the reference track, they don't believe nothing. If it comes out, they don't believe it. Right? It's clearly that the guy that comes out with the reference track clearly, he really was in that camp. He really was there, right? He really was writing. He's in the fucking credits half the time, but they don't care. They don't want to know. Or this guy was part of the team. They don't care. They don't believe it. It doesn't matter. Da, da, da. So what I'm saying is, why? Why don't you care? You sing these lyrics like they really coming from him. See, you really like a person because you feel like you're relating to him. To me, like when I heard Ratchet Happy Birthday, that's a fire record. But Party Next Door wrote that and made a reference track for it. When you listen to Party Next Door version, this guy's singing from his soul. This guy's singing from experience. This nigga is on it's some real hood shit, right? And when you, I'm just going to be honest, some of the sauce is missing when Drake sings it. Just gonna be honest, some of the soul is missing. I can listen to that party one. I like the reference track better than the real track. But they don't care. They never ask you, why would you take a track with that much flavor and sauce and then do it your way and act like this guy never did it? Because that's what he does. But they don't care about that. They feel like that song is so good, it's so cool. We relate to this guy, da da da. So here we are, right? You're pretending to be a hip hopper. Well, gang, hip hopper rappers write their raps. I'm just gonna be honest. It ain't many that don't write them. It ain't that many that don't write raps. Even the mumble rappers, they mumbling that shit. They made up. They mumbled that themselves. So it's like, if you're going to be considered as the best in this thing, and I'm going to take you at your word, and when you spit these bars, when these timestamp things, I don't want it to be Ray over here wrote the whole shit, and then he gave it to you, and then you memorized it. To me, I have a problem with that, and I'm going to be like, gang, you portrayed yourself as the writer of this. You portrayed yourself as the writer of this. I'm just going to be honest. So it's like, if you portray yourself as the writer of this, I got a problem with it. When I go and say, yo, Jadakiss is a fire writer, Jay-Z is a fire writer, Nas is a real lyricist, then I believe that they wrote it. And if it comes out that they didn't write it, then we got a problem. But they don't care that it comes out. They don't put no thought into it. Yo, really, these ain't really his words. So why am I so attached to this guy? Why is this making so much? It's moving me inside. Like, dang, it can't move inside if it's not really how he feels. That's just my opinion. So I'm like, why don't they care? They don't care. This whole Iceman thing, I'm going to go on the limb. I think that he wrote most of this right now. He really can't trust nobody. So most of that Iceman stuff, he is going to write it. We're going to really see how this dude really can write. Right? We're going to really see, because the What Did I Miss? The lyrics of that, to me, it's not, You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, we're going to see if this dude really could write. Because right now, you see, it ain't really a lot of people in his corner. Now he's doing records with Smiley. This guy can't trust nobody. He's paranoid and spiraling. So I wouldn't think that it's a lot of ghostwriters, because all these reference tracks coming out. I would sit down and write it my goddamn self too. Who can you trust at this point? The reference track come out the week after the joint. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who's he gonna really trust right now? So he probably really is putting pen to paper, and we gonna see. But a lot of these people don't care one way or the other. They don't care about, yo, the damn album cover for Some Sexy Songs for You. The other guy did that years ago. Some underground guy from Canada did that with the two towers. He did the whole thing the same exact way. Fans don't care. If it comes out, da-da-da. Some guy comes out last year, late last year, he had showed proof that one of them songs from the 100 Gigabytes was his bars. Too many SoundCloud guys come out, yo, I made that song 2 years. It happens so many times, it's not even funny. But do they care? No, they don't care. Doesn't matter. That he has a team scouring SoundCloud, stealing bars, giving them to him. They don't care. It makes no difference to him as long as they get their fix of it. So this is where we are with them, and it makes no sense to me. But to me, I actually probably, just like in real life, like regular time, when I wasn't that, I just like indifferent about the dude. I didn't care. I like some of the songs, some of them I don't. But at some point, I started being like, gang, I don't really know where this is going, where all of this stuff could be stolen and could be borrowed and this could be written. And that. At some point, I don't want to hear all of that. I don't want to hear none of it. but they're not like me. I'm like, listen, I don't want to. If Kendrick, all this shit comes out that he's stealing and biting and da. I don't want nothing to do with it, and I won't be listening to this shit. I'm just sorry. I can't continue to listen to somebody that sound like, to me, I don't know if they wrote it or not, and somebody else could have wrote it. But I don't like my rappers like that. Maybe the pop stars, yeah, that's fine. Pop star, you're gonna say, well, Beyonce don't write. Well, she don't have to. She a pop star. Katy Perry's a pop star, gang. Britney Spears a pop star. They said the songwriters, they eat off that. It's people that don't do nothing but write songs all day. But you can't perpetrate yourself to be the best rapper and have a bunch of songs written for you. You're not the best rapper no more. You're just a pop star. But we want to have this conversation and put them in that situation, and that's where we are. But his fans never question that because most of them aren't rap. They don't know what hip hop is supposed to be about. They got into the game after the records were making millions of dollars. Millions of sales and platinum and double platinum. And I was in it before they even had one platinum record. I was listening to rap. So I know what it's about. So when you try to tell me, you're on Twitter trying to tell me what it's about, you ain't making no sense. I'm just going to be honest. It's not about that shit. Yes, it matters now, but it didn't matter before. It only matters to a degree. The selling of the records don't make the record good. I don't know if I got to repeat that. Just because it sells a lot of records, it don't make the records good. No one's saying Jack Boys 2 is good except for a handful of people. It ain't that many. Most people are like, that shit is not good. And it's dropping already. See, it has to have some kind of goodness to it to stay up there on the chart. Okay? So it is what it is. And maybe Drake's stuff was better in the past. Right? They got whole think pieces now like, yo, why is what did I miss falling from the charts? Meanwhile, this is going up, that going up, da. It must be bots. Yeah, it has to be bots. It can't be that the music ain't as good as it used to fucking be. Right? It can't be that he had Party and all these other guys doing some really amazing shit. A lot of shit with The Weeknd and this, that, and the third. Doing some really amazing shit together. Right? Just like Dr. Dre, and when they made the Chronic and Chronic 2001 and all that shit, he had a nice team. Death Row was a fucking squad of fucking hit makers. He don't have that no more. So maybe the music ain't as good as it used to be. Maybe the team ain't as good as it used to be. Can't be that. It gotta be some bullshit. All right, I'm gonna leave this alone, man. I'm out of here, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They got products all over the place. New flavors, this, that, and the third. Every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show. Me, TJ, and Fliz. All right, let me know what you think, man. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. black-yeti.com.
CLB.